Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? We are back for another week of Just a Fan podcast. So let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, and then we're going to tell our news because I know we got some new people since the last time we done the viewers' choice. So we're going to explain everything to you once we introduce ourselves, okay? You already know what it is. Coach Williams, future Hall of Famer, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat quarterback that runs the show. That direction, panel 316, the good guy with the black hat. What's up, man?
Hey man, I can't call it. What's up, Wes? Welcome
What's
back.
up, Wes?
This is one of the few times throughout the year. We may do it more than once a year, but we always do it at least once a year. This is our viewers' choice show. Typically when we go on the air, we have already a list of topics that we gonna talk about, and then we talk about those topics, and then we say good night. And if somebody chimes in on those topics, of course we interact with those folks. But the difference is with our viewers' choice. Our viewers' choice show tonight is you folks watching at home get to go in the comment box and ask any NFL related question you want. It could be anything dealing with free agency that's just passed, or anybody who has not been signed in free agency. It could be going about draft prospects.
Mm-hmm.
It could be about coaches. Who do you think is going to get fired first next season, or who do you think? You could way too early to decide this, but you could say, well, who do you think is going to win this division, or those type of things. So any NFL related conversation that you want to have tonight, ladies and gentlemen at home, go in the comment box on either Facebook or YouTube and ask those questions. Or be like, hey guys, talk about such and such. What do y'all think about this? It could be any of that. So fire away. Now, while we're waiting for the questions to come in, or the comments or the topics to come in, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about something that a lot of people have not really been paying attention to unless you're an in-depth NFL fan. And
like us.
That is the I guess you can say stalemate almost that the NFL and the NFL Referees Association is going through right now. Well, the collective bargaining agreement, there are two collective bargaining agreements in the NFL. What up, Kev?
What's up, Kev?
There's two different collective bargaining agreements. There's one with the NFL and the Players Association, and then there's one with the NFL and the Referees Association. Now, I get it. I get it. Some of y'all going to be like, man, these refs suck as it is. What they want? They don't need nothing else. They suck. I hear you. Believe me, I hear you, because there are times where there have been games that have been decided by some bad calls, and we get it. However, this is something to look at. If the NFL goes to replacement referees, and they did it in 2012.
Yes.
If they go to replacement referees, the product of the officiating, if you think it's bad now these scab referees in, you're going to be pissed to the highest of pissivity, because at some point or another, they are going to mess up a game. Somebody's going to win a game they're not supposed to win.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going to make the playoffs that's not supposed to make the playoffs.
Somebody's going to win the division.
Somebody going to win a division they ain't supposed to win, because let's be honest, some of these divisions are so tightly contested. Some teams are one or half a game away from each other. You know, prime example, you look at the NFC West. You know, you had 3 teams that were over 10 wins that made the playoffs in that division. Okay? Imagine if a referee messes up a call for one of those teams. They may not make the playoffs. I mean,
they might not win the division.
They may not win a division. So, because it's that closely contested. You know, so what we do not want. Yeah. This knows about to scab you. What we do not want is replacement referees to come back. We do not want that. Type in your comments. Right now, the list of demands, just me from my point of view, looking at it, there are some things that the referees want that are, I'm not gonna lie, they're legitimate gripes. It's like, why is the NFL not taking care of this? Like, this is not, they're not asking for much. But then there's some things that the referees are like, you know, the NFL should was like, hey man, no, you're not gonna get all that. So they have to find
a common ground in order for this to work. In order for the product that gets put on the field and on your TVs to be quality product, they are gonna have to make some common ground. The messed up part about it is the NFL got this big and bad attitude, and they've already said they are prepared to have replacement referees.
Yes,
and they said that today, because right now they are at the league owner, one of the league owners meeting out there in Arizona.
Yeah, they had the owners meeting in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, and yeah, man, it's so. Anyway, without further ado, the key demands for the NFL's Referees Association, they want higher compensation. Referees are seeking higher pay raises, over 10% annually. You know, they said that value is based on the league's rise in revenue. You know what? I'm not opposed to that. I'm not mad at that. The league keeps making more money, and if I work for a company and you work for a company, and those of you watching on, you work for a company, your company's value steadily going up. They steadily making more money. Steadily making more money. If they steady making more money and you making the same amount of money, that's not cool. Because you coming there and working is part of the reason why that company's making more money. You're part of the product. So, or the production of the product. So I don't have a problem with that. Like a 10% raise for all referees. Sure. Oh yeah. Fun fact, folks that don't know. The NFL is the only major league where their referees are not full-time.
That's sad. That is sad.
One of the richest sports leagues in the world.
Yeah,
the country, the world. Their referees got other jobs. And it's like, that should not be. It should be, hey, what do you do? I'm an NFL referee. Not what else do you do in the offseason. It should be, I'm an NFL referee. Listen, I can't stay out too late at night and drink because I got to go to this training to help me make better calls so we can better define what pass interference is. So we can better define what holding is, you know.
Especially now, I think one of the things they need to get better with is hitting these quarterbacks, these roughing the passer hits and late hits and stuff on quarterbacks. That's something they definitely get better on. I think they've gotten better on it some over the years, but they need to continue to work on that.
Yeah. But there's a lot that goes into it. Another demand that they have is marketing fees. The ref union basically asked for $2.5 million in marketing fees to offset restrictions on uniform scholarships. Sponsorships, excuse me, I said scholarships. Sponsorships. Now, basically, that's saying, again, we want a piece of the pie. You know, the NFL's being marketed. We're all over the film. We're on the side. You're looking at this guy running the field, but you also, in the background, you see this referee following. They're in that, you know, and they're like, okay, we want a piece of the pie of the money that you make. They want to retain benefits.
Of course, we ever tell you definitely benefits.
Yeah. 401k, and they're fighting to keep that pension plans. Resisting full-time status. Now, that's the part right there. That's the part that kind of gets me. Resisting full-time status. The NFL Referees Association is resisting the NFL's push to make officials full-time employees. Why the hell not? Which will require more training hours and lower performing officials to work extra hours, such as the United Football League. Okay, so translation. Okay. If we gonna make you full-time employee, we gonna hold you accountable more often. Also, we gonna give you more money, make you full-time, then there's gonna be more work that's gonna go with that. You're not gonna have that. For those who don't know, the NFL referees have what's called a dead period. Dead period is when you cannot be contacted by your employee, which is the NFL. You can't be contacted, you can't be bothered. That's your time off. They want to keep that same dead period. They don't want to be called up sooner to start trainings, go to trainings and meetings and so on and so forth and everything else like that. Let me tell you something.
That's because they want to go on vacation.
They want to go on vacation, but they want the same long vacation. No, sir. Mm-hmm. We paying you more and you're full-time.
I'd rather be full-time.
But I'm gonna say, if you full time, it goes with the territory. You got to show up for these trainings, because guess what? If you a teacher, those of y'all at home who are educators, y'all know, every time your school district give you some inkling of a raise, they want to give you more PD days, more professional development days. You just sitting in there looking at a PowerPoint, somebody reading a damn PowerPoint to you. And that's for my people who are educators. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But the thing is like they don't want to go through the trainings. But guess what? Your product is pretty bad, NFL referees. How many games have y'all destroyed? So the NFL saying, okay, well, you need to go through more training. And they keep a track record on who the good refs are and the bad ones are, who make good calls and bad calls and everything else in New York. It's like, okay, referee X, Y, and Z, you guys made like really egregious calls the last quarter of the season. You're going to have to go through 3 more weeks of training. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I don't either. I really don't either.
Make the right damn call.
But here's my thing too. I still would rather be full-time anyway, because usually when it comes to people in part-time positions, those are the ones who that companies look at letting go first if they're trying to slash people out the company.
You trying to cut costs. Yeah, but let's be real. Let's be real. The NFL ain't cutting costs. They keep making money hand over fist. So
and that is true. But if you can get a cheaper referee, you will get rid of that one referee that's part-time and not full-time. Like I said, I'd rather stay full-time, give me the benefits. If I need the extra training, give me the extra training.
The extra training is, and let's be real, the extra training is needed. Let's keep it 1,000.
And let me ask you a question. Doesn't the best referee staff from the season always get to ref the games in the Super Bowl?
The big time games is the playoff games, and of course the Super Bowl. Yes.
Yeah. So my thing is, again get the training so that way I can be one of the best referees, and hopefully, my staff do the playoff games and Super Bowl.
Yeah, but there's some. Let's put it like this: there's some legitimate gripes on both sides. And it feels like, okay, you want more money, cool, but this is what you got to give. And there's some aspects where the referees are like, we want this, but we don't want to give up this. It's like, no, if you want to get this money, you got to put in some more work. You got to go through more training because let's be honest, y'all be screwing up games. And y'all the good referees. Imagine when the scabs come in.
Hey,
you don't want that.
There was a famous Fail Murray game in 2012. You had one referee call for a touchdown, the other referee said incomplete, and that affected a game. Matter of fact,
was that Seattle and Green Bay?
I think so.
I think that was Seattle and Green Bay. I remember that game.
Seattle and Green Bay, yeah.
Not to mention Golden Tate pushed off like a mug and nobody called it. He pushed the dude down, caught the ball, and went down with it, and it was like, I know they're not finna call that a touchdown. You had one referee coming in doing this, another one coming in doing this, and it was like, yeah. This is what we would get with replacement refs, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
you do not want the Harry High School weekend warrior referees. I
was going to say Seahawks won that game 14-12.
They shouldn't have.
You
shouldn't have.
And let's go to NFL standings from that year. 2012 NFL standings. Was Seahawks and Packers? NFC. All right. Packers went 11-5, so they probably would have been 12-4. And the Seahawks was also 11-5, so they should have been 10-6. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. But see, now Green Bay still end up winning. Green Bay still end up winning their division, which is good. But they didn't have.
So we could talk about seeding right there, that was a conference game.
Yeah, that's a conference game. Now, Atlanta was 2 games ahead, so it wouldn't have mattered for first place. Why the 49ers only one? Why is 49ers 1 game short? That's weird. Anyway, but yeah, Seattle would have had a worse record in seeding. Green Bay would probably had a better seeding. Let me see if I can find out what the actual seeds were that year. Let's see. Green Bay was ranked 3rd at 11-5. So again, they should have been 12-4. So they would have. Hey, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to you in 2012? Oh no, you 11-4-1. That's what it is. Okay, never mind. You had a tie. Okay, I was going to say. So if Green Bay would have been 12-4, winning that game, they would have had the 2nd seed, and you guys probably would have been the 3rd seed. Seattle 10-6. When it comes to seeding, it'd have been interesting between them and Minnesota because Minnesota ended up 10-6.
But I know we kind of went all the way around the mulberry bush to kind of get to a point, but that one game right there affected so much because of scab referees.
Yes.
So, we're hoping and praying that the NFL and the Referees Association can get it together so we won't have to deal with – because, again, let's be real, the referees we got don't necessarily make great calls. We don't play for NFL. We can talk about the refs all day. in NFL players, they get fined, they start talking bad about the refs. I don't give a damn. I talk about the refs. Coaches. That's why we just a fan podcast. We just some fans. You can't find us. So, the refereeing, the officiating has been bad, but it can get worse. Hey, what up, Rick? It could be worse. Like that song, way worse. All right, let's get into some questions. Post your questions, your comments, anything NFL related. We're gonna start now.
Yes. So, Brick, I know you just got in here. Like Eric said, post questions if you have anything about any NFL team, off-season stuff, draft stuff. How do you feel about different coaches, players, whatever? Just ask a question and we will respond. But we have a first question, Kevin. What makes the NFC West so strong, and do you think the Cardinals will make a push in the division?
Not no, but hell no.
Yeah, the Cardinals have a long ways to go.
They're not anywhere in the class of Seattle, LA, and San Francisco. They're not even like you know, you got the class with the kids where they building rocket ships. Then you got the other class where the kids playing with popsicle sticks. That's the Cardinals. That's the Cardinals. They not even they not pushing for nothing.
Yeah, they have a new coaching staff. They had to build that team. New coaching staff, not new quarterback because Brissett's still there from last year, but they don't have a quarterback to even compete with what's in the NFC West right now because you're competing with Brock Purdy, you're competing with Matthew Stafford, and you got the most out of Sam Darnold in Seattle. So that's problem number one right there. Problem number two, and as I keep talking, I think Eric's gonna agree me on a lot of stuff. Again, the coaching. Kyle Shanahan has coached his team to 2 Super Bowls and 2 conference championship games. Sean McVay has coached his team to 2 Super Bowls, winning one of them. Mike Macdonald in his second year has already coached his team to the Super Bowl.
Shanahan has been to 4 conference championship games.
So when you look at it, like these are not just head coaches; these are head coaches with Super Bowl experience. Mike LaFleur is just getting his first head coaching job, so it's a lot. Which is why Arizona has a long ways to go to try to even catch those other 3 teams. And the roster on the other 3 teams is also better. So it's quarterback, it's head coach, it's roster. GM, it's roster. Like all that factors into why those 3 are
Arizona
versus Arizona.
They cannot compete with any of them 3 rosters, period.
No.
They cannot compete. The other 3 will cancel each other out. We have no clue who's going to win that division, because the other 3 teams are so good. Yeah. I mean, like you say, you got 3 teams with 10 wins, 3 teams that made the playoffs. Okay, out of one division. Now, that's the strongest division in football. And
one of the teams probably could have gone further had they didn't have so many injuries.
Yeah, that's San Fran. San Fran had so many injuries that just kind of the fact that it was a miracle to the coaching, the fact that they was able to win 12 games and then win a playoff game, with almost the cupboard being bare.
Yeah.
The Cardinals could have everybody healthy and still wouldn't be able to compete in that division.
Mm-hmm.
Period. So, like, not just no, but hell no. Okay.
Brick, I just want to let you know, man. You're not late, okay? We don't consider
that. Yeah, man, you good, man. We glad you're here, man.
We don't consider that late, but we just want to let you know since you just joined in to post questions. And we have a question here from Wes. Do you think the Raiders should draft Mendoza? Listen.
Ooh. See, that's a Tristan question, but we'll try our best to fill that one.
Listen, they need a quarterback, but then again, they need a lot of stuff. They really should trade out that first round pick, but I don't see anybody really wanting to trade up into that first round pick. See, this draft, and there's some good players, okay? But when you look at this draft is not like 2011 when you had Cam Newton. You had Von Miller, you had J.J. Watt, you had Tyron Smith, you had Julio Jones, you had A.J. Green. There were some other guys in that draft too. Y'all go back and look at that 2011 draft and you sit there and say, hey, look, man, I wouldn't mind drafting number 1 overall, number 2 overall. This draft, you can draft number 1 overall, number 2 overall, but you've really got to make sure you hit on the correct player because if not, you're going to look real bad. the strength of this draft is like between picks 20 and let's say like 75 or something. That's where the heart of the draft is. But so going back, should they draft Mendoza? Yes, because it's almost like you have no other choice because you're not going to be able to trade down and get more draft picks because you need players. They need players. They only need one player. They need more players.
So first, let me give my take on it. Yes, they. I'm with Brandon. They don't have much of a choice. They don't have a quarterback, and he's the best quarterback in this draft. Now, will what he did in college football translate to the NFL? Tomato. We don't really know, but we know that they need a quarterback. He's the best quarterback in the draft. This is a very weak quarterback class.
Oh my goodness!
When you talk about Ty Simpson possibly going day one, that's a weak quarterback class. So, nobody. Man, listen, Dan Orlovsky he working for what he working for. Let me stop. But
hey, let's go to the back of the end zone, throw the football. Wait a minute, you can't do that.
So I wasn't even talking about his playing days. I'm just talking about him as
I know you would, but I couldn't. Hey man, hold on, because you know what, man? Let me just let y'all know something. That right there was
trash.
And Dan Orlovsky's takes on Ty Simpson is trash too. So, but to answer your question, Wes, the Raiders, they are not anywhere in the realm of competing this year. And they just, like Brandon said, they need players. You got to start with a quarterback. Now you do. You still got well, he's not a rookie anymore. He's going into the second year. Ashton Jeanty, he's a really good running back.
Brock Bowers going to his
you got
third year.
Brock Bowers is a Pro Bowl caliber tight end. You couldn't get rid of Max Crosby, which might have been a blessing in disguise, even though you're on the hook for about $59 million between this year and next year. But that's not enough because those guys were there before. Those guys were there last year. You need a quarterback. Will it translate? Like I said, what he did in Indiana, will that translate to the NFL? It's too tough to tell because people say, well, he won the Heisman. You won the national title. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, we know. Trust us, we know.
We know Wes. No, he has no receivers, but that doesn't translate to NFL all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, how many guys have won the Heisman? Been complete bust when they got to NFL.
Just go back to the 90s.
Now, should he be the first quarterback out the board? Yes. Should he be? No doubt. I'm not running that down, but we don't know. We don't know. It's kind of like it's the polar opposite of if you have like a really, really great quarterback class with like 6 or 7 quarterbacks going into the draft, like, oh man, who do we take? This is the exact opposite. It's like, okay, you got one pretty decent quarterback and then a bunch of guys over here. And it's kind of like, okay, go ahead and take the best one. I don't know what's going to happen after this, but, So, yes, to answer that question in a roundabout way, yes. Do we have another question?
We don't have any more questions right now. So let's go over. Speaking of receivers, let's go over this one receiver who, yes, we agree should get paid more money. But no, it should not be at current market value. Okay? There was a report that came out recently, matter of fact, part of the last few hours. Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Zay Flowers.
I really hope this isn't true.
I hope it's not true too. Is saying that he wants to get paid as much as Jackson Smith and Jigba. Okay,
so, somewhere in the market of that.
So, agent talk. Jackson Smith and Jigba is getting paid $41 million a year. technically, if you really look at the whole 6-year picture, it's $32.5 million a year. Okay. Either way, Zay Flowers is not worth that much money. Yes, I know he's been to the Super Bowl. Lord have mercy. He's been to the Pro Bowl twice. Okay. But one, the Pro Bowl don't carry the weight it used to. Okay. But then two, he's a speed receiver that's just getting open because people are so concerned about Lamar Jackson running and Derrick Henry running. And so that's easy money for you, Zay Flowers, to feed off of that. That's easy. Now, I will say this. If Baltimore can get themselves an anchor wide receiver, like a true number one receiver, they won't have this problem. But because they keep bringing in guys who are close to the end of their prime and they drafting wide receivers who are no more than a number 2 or number 3 receiver on most teams' rosters, then you are having this problem.
I think he's an asset. I think he's a very good player.
Yes.
I do not think that he should be one of the highest paid wide receivers in the league because you're going to have a Christian Kirk type situation if you do it. And I don't think Baltimore, Eric DeCosta is not that dumb. He's not Trent Baalke. I don't think he would. Okay, listen, man, we're going to work out an extension for you. You do deserve some more money. But you'd have lost your freaking mind if you think you need to be paid in the realm of a JSN, which is in the realm of a Justin Jefferson, which is in the realm of a Jamar Chase, and so on and so on. It's like, bro, you need to stop. Okay. So, some people just, and it's that machismo that you have when you're an NFL player. Like, you have to get it in your head that I'm the best, even though you may not be. So, he's telling him I'm the best. I want to get paid like the best. And it's like, no, you don't. You're not the best, sir. You're not the best. Okay. So, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know where he gets off thinking he deserves it. I mean, get your chicken, man. Get your chicken. We're not mad at you trying to get your chicken, but because quiet is kept, and we've said it on previous shows, we don't think JSN should have got the money he got. Let's go ahead and put that out there. So we be doggone if you sit up here talking about Zay Flowers deserves JSN money. Remember what I told you about the butterfly effect when we first discussed that contract? Did I not say there would be a butterfly effect?
Yes,
behind it.
I just didn't know who was next, and I didn't think it would
be something that outlandish or ridiculous. But yeah, there you go. So you're looking at it like, hey man, like
my question is how much? Because it's like, okay, if he's getting paid again, agent talk, $41 million a year. How much are you looking for? Are you looking for 42, 43, 44? What are you looking for?
He said in the ballpark. So that doesn't necessarily mean the 40 to 41. It could be 40, it could be 35. But let's be real, man. This man is he's not worth $30 million. He's not a $30 million wide receiver. Zay Flowers, Baltimore fans, I don't care. You get mad. I don't care. Zay Flowers
is not number one.
Is not a number one receiver, therefore does not deserve number one receiver money, which is in the 30 millions. I said what I said. Okay. There it is. So, and guess what? Isaiah Likely's gone. You got an agent, Mark Andrews. Now is your time, Zay Flowers. Show us why you deserve that $30 million this season. If I'm the Ravens, which I think Eric DeCosta is going to do this, he going, hey, I tell you what, man. I tell you what. Why don't you go ahead and play this season? We're going to see. Yeah, go ahead and play this season, and we'll have a discussion at the end of the season. Next question.
All right, next question. Now, Kevin has a 3-part question here.
Oh, goody. All right.
What are your thoughts about the Cowboys' new DC the moves he's making, and Jerry Jones being quiet.
Anytime Jerry Jones is quiet is a good thing for football. I think sensible Cowboy fans know this. Now, you still got the 95% is the loudmouth, crazy, eat cereal with a fork Cowboys fans. But the sensible Cowboy fans are like, man, just shut up, man.
Hey, you know what? I might do that one day.
What's that?
It's
I'm serious, man. Like, you got them Cowboy fans that eat cereal with a fork, they eat boogers, all that. Just, you know what I'm saying? No, man. They put lipstick on their booty and blow kisses. You know what I'm saying? No, man.
That's one thing I would never get close to any kind of lipstick whatsoever.
I'm saying, just, you have that contingent of the fan base, which unfortunately is the majority of the fan base. And everybody hates them, including the sensible Cowboy fans. Because you got that 5% of that fan base is like, hey, man, shut up. You making us look bad. Shut up. Like you, Brandon. It's like, just stop talking. Yeah. But anytime Jerry Jones is being quiet is a good thing for sensible Cowboy fans and the entire damn NFL. Now, if you mean being quiet by not making a lot of moves in free agency, okay. But here's the thing. Dallas is trying to save up cap space. Yes, they made some moves to create cap space by restructuring some deals. I think they did a restructure on Dak. I think they did a restructure on CD, if I'm not mistaken, Brandon. They saving up cap space, but also Dallas is they're doing the right thing by not getting all into the free agent market, because y'all, I'm about to say something that's gonna make some people mad. Dallas is not a win now team right now.
They're not.
I don't win. Some of y'all still, yeah, this week, all we need is no. You are not a win now team. Okay. Teams that should be making a bunch of moves in free agency like that, these are teams that are win now teams. So actually, Jerry Jones being quiet in free agency is a good thing. And that means they're probably going to build through the draft. That's actually a good thing for Cowboys fans. Instead of him, let me get this guy over here, let me grab this guy. But no. Build through the draft. Completely rebuild that defense. You got a new defensive coordinator. It's going to run a new defensive scheme, because Matt Eberflus was an abomination and has been for some time. And he did right getting rid of him, 1. And 2, he did right hiring a new guy. And 3, he's right in being quiet right now. You have to be frugal with your money. You have to be frugal, and you got to make the right decisions, because you can't be in win now mode right now, Dallas. It's not what's up. Go ahead, Brandon.
All right. So let me address all this, and let me address the third one first. I think Jerry Jones is being quiet because I think it's coming from Brian Schottenheimer himself. I don't know what Brian Schottenheimer said in his interview in 2025 and what he has said to Jerry Jones since. For Jerry Jones to be this quiet, I'm sure has to be shocking fans. I'm sure, and I'm sure no one's really paid attention to it because they're so used to Jerry Jones opening his mouth. And yeah, Jerry Jones has said a couple of things this year, but he hasn't really opened his mouth that much this entire offseason. This is probably about as quiet as the NFL referee holdout potential. Okay, but cool. This is definitely Brian Schottenheimer, and I hope that this yields results in the future. Okay. What do I think about the new DC? Listen, let me say this. And Eric was right about Eberflus. I think Eberflus had those players looking dumber than what they actually are. Okay? Made those players look worse than what they are. I don't think all of a sudden all those players just got that worse that soon. Okay. I don't think he really cared. I don't think he didn't want to communicate with the players. He didn't want to get to know the players. He didn't want to do what was best for the players. He just did whatever he wanted to do as a defensive coordinator and just whatever. Okay. I think Christian Parker elevates his defense. When you rank 32nd, the only place you can go is up. Okay. And I think just because of him, the defense goes up. Now, I'm not saying this defense is going to be top 5 this year. I'm not saying they're going to be top 10. But could they be ranked 27th this year? Sure. It may not sound like a lot, but it's a little bit better, and you might yield a couple extra wins this year than you did last year. Plus, one of those games you had was a tie, and that was with Green Bay. Okay. Number 2, the moves that he's making, they are being who they are as far as you good? E? You good?
Yeah, I'm reading something. Go ahead.
Okay. He's been true to what he wants, and that he wants a bigger defensive line. That's why he traded Osa to San Francisco, because Osa's light at 280 pounds. Traded Solomon Thomas to Tennessee. Keeping Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams, adding that defensive tackle from the Chargers. They are getting strong, heavier on the interior defensive line. Rashawn Gary stays at defensive end. You know what I'm saying? So they are getting guys so that way that teams won't be able to run the ball so much on Dallas like they've been able to do the last easily 4 or 5 seasons. Okay, gashing. Okay, Dallas is legitimately building a wall. Again, Dallas has also been the defense coordinator has been true to himself. He's bringing in guys in the secondary who probably will be playmakers, and that fit what he wants. So it's a lot. I know I said a lot, but I think as long as Dallas's offense maintains or even takes the next step, and their defense takes the next step, which I believe they will do, I think Dallas will be a much better team this year by 2 or 3 wins.
Yeah, and so essentially, like I said, we can't look at Dallas as a win now team. They're not that team, but sometimes you gotta pull back and just go ahead and rebuild some things. I think they have all the offensive weapons that they need. I just don't think that the defense is what kind of held them back last year. And I think anybody who's worth their salt in football knowledge can look at that and say that's what kept y'all from being a major player in this league this year. Let's go to the next question.
All right. Wes has a good question.
Okay.
Why do you think teams are scared to fully commit to a rebuild?
It's simple, pride.
Yep.
You have owners who are just like, no, we in this thing. It's like, no, you're not. No, for real, we in this thing. You outside the club, the bouncer got his hand in your face. You don't even have a cover charge in your pocket. The women are walking by you and going into the club. And you talking about we in this thing. You on your phone, on your Instagram live talking about we in this thing. No, you're not. Go back, get some better swag, go get the money for the cover charge, and pull up a lot better next year, next night or whatever. In this case, we're talking about next year. You got some owners who just refuse to believe. My head smudge on my glasses. That refuse to believe that they need to be in rebuild mode, and it's pride. It's like, dude, y'all suck, and it's every year. It's like, no, we good. No, you suck. No, we good. No, you suck. So it comes down to just kind of really knowing, okay, let me see. Do I have a quarterback? I got a quarterback, but he's aging. Something like that. Okay.
What does my roster look like?
What does my roster look like? Do I have any all pros? Okay, I got maybe 1 or 2. I got 2 or 3 core pillars. I got a quarterback, but he's old as hell. Let me see. Do I have let me look around. How does my trench warfare look on both sides of the ball? Is that solid? Because that's where you should start building a team. Okay, that's kind of suspect. Do I need to add one player to make everything better, or does it look like I need to add multiple positions? Do I need a guard, a center, and a tackle, or just a guard? Do I need one more edge rusher, or do I need 2 edge rushers and a 1 tick? If it does yes to any of these questions, you in rebuild mode. You need to be in rebuild mode. It's one thing to retool. It's another thing to rebuild. It's like, okay, let's look at my secondary. Is everybody in my secondary a crispy critter? Yes. Okay. We in rebuild mode. All right. So, and some owners don't understand. The funny thing is, you have some people and fans who feel like their team needs to blow up stuff and start everything all over again just because they didn't get to the Super Bowl. And typically, those aren't teams that need to be in rebuild mode. Those are teams that just like, hey, man, you need this and this. You're going to be okay if you get this and this. And guess what? You can answer both those questions in free agency or the draft. Props to Miami for selling the farm. Now, that's a team that finally gets it. Hey, man, we suck. Let's go ahead and rebuild.
New GM, new head coach, and they said,
hey, no, tear it all down, burn it down, and start over.
You buy.
Exactly. And there's nothing. And guess what? Trade these guys, have a fire sale, get a bunch of draft capital, build your team, rebuild it young, and just go from there. You know, that just makes sense. You know, that's an owner that finally said, okay. Because sometimes with these owners, you need to have like an intervention with them, like somebody who's going through substance abuse or something. Now, listen. We've been watching you for some time now, and we want to let you know that we care about you. Okay, we care about this franchise, and we just want we see that you have a problem. I don't have a problem. We're going to Super Bowl this year. No, you're not. Okay, and it's important to use that tone of voice. No, you're not. No, you're not. We're here to help you. Okay. Man, I got one of the best such in my. No, you don't. He's 48 and he's playing safety. Just you need to let him go. Okay. Well, I got this receiver. He's only 20 such and such. He's the only good player you have on your team left. You need to trade him and get
Herschel Walker trade.
Get draft capital. I'm saying it need to be like an intervention. I'm serious. Some of these owners, it has to be an intervention because some of them they don't believe. They think they in it. It's like, no, you're not. You finished 4th in your division, and the division wasn't very good. You got to convince some of them.
And also, and this is also still pride as well. I think sometimes after a team wins the Super Bowl, owners don't realize that the window has closed. Now, for some teams, their roster is still good enough where they can make it back to Super Bowl. Like a team like San Francisco, who has been to Super Bowl twice and been to the conference championship game 4 times. Okay. Or
in the Shanahan regime, yeah.
Right, under the Shanahan regime, yes. Kansas City under Reed and Mahomes has been to Super Bowl quite a few times. Okay. But everybody's not that fortunate, okay? And once you make it to the Super Bowl, or you if you win, regardless if you win or lose, you have to understand that your window might have closed. Because I think, and I talked to Tristan about this, when you have a Super Bowl window on your roster, you have about 2 to 3 years, no more than 4, to try to win that Super Bowl. And one example I have, and I'm sorry, Saints fans, because I know we got Saints fans always on here, but that after that year they won the Super Bowl, I think the Saints just try to hang on and they try to add this player, and Drew Brees in retirement, brought in Derek Carr, and you're trying to hang on to whatever you had left. At some point, you got to learn how to let go and trade players and get draft capital and just start over. There's nothing wrong with starting over. There's nothing wrong with starting over.
It's especially if you miss the playoffs for like more than 2 years in a row. It's time for the rebuild.
Yes, it is.
You got to rebuild. Hey, man, did you make the playoffs this year? No. Did you make it last year? No. Go ahead and rebuild, man. And then for teams who we could talk about the teams who, are playoff teams and may not have made the Super Bowl or, those windows tend to close a little bit as each year because Father Time's undefeated. These players get older.
Yes.
You have to be smart enough to keep the ship afloat and to be able to retool to keep from rebuilding. And if you don't follow what I'm saying, okay, so imagine you got a small leak in your roof. Okay. You need some new shingle on at least this side of the roof. What happens when you don't fix that one shingle and it keeps raining? Eventually that roof gonna cave in. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have a huge leak. Mm-hmm. Smart teams have got to understand how to retool before things get worse, mm-hmm. so you can keep that window open. Because you get the window's closed, and nope, it ain't closed. We're gonna prop this up. We're gonna prop the window open. Yeah, you're right, it is closing because we got guys who are core pillars of the team that are getting older.
It's not even just getting older. They ask you like
more money.
When you win the Super Bowl, they ask you for more money.
Hell, you don't even have to win the Super Bowl. You could just be a successful team that gets close to it or gets there and doesn't win it. If you're one of those quote unquote upper echelon teams, you're gonna have guys. Hey man, I know it's time to get paid, man. Help us get this far. No, we didn't get over the hump, but if you want to try to go and get over this hump, you're gonna need me. So I need this. I need these coins. So that's something to think about. You got to know when to retool, when to pay guy X, when to let guy X walk in free agency, or to trade guy X and get something for him to keep that window open. So roundabout to answer questions. Why do some owners are afraid to rebuild? A lot of it just has to do with two things: pride and ignorance. You got to know, like that Kenny Rogers song, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. There you go. And the smart owners, even if you're out of it for a minute, you're not out of it for long if you're a smart owner because you've already started the groundwork, the framework for building your team back up. The ones that stay down for a long time, those are the guys that usually are in denial.
Yep.
Those are the ones in denial. Nah, I'm good. We good. We gonna do that. No, you're not. Not with that roster. No, you won't. Yeah, no, you won't. You need to start retooling now. No, we good. And then they got to blow it up. Now you've been out the playoffs about 3-4 years now. So, yeah, you got to know when to say, like you said, know when to let go, Brandon. You got to know when to let go.
Know when to let go. Yeah. All right, y'all, keep those questions rolling. I see we got 9, sometimes 10 people in here. Ask those questions, y'all. Don't be afraid. All right. KC, not he's his own Jodeci. Okay, this KC right here, he's his own Jodeci.
KLC.
Okay? All right. Did Pittsburgh hire Mike McCarthy because Aaron Rodgers is there? If so, would that be an immediate positive impact?
Well, Mike McCarthy stepped down. Oh, I'm sorry, not Mike McCarthy. I'm thinking Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin stepped down. Did they hire Mike McCarthy because of Aaron? Okay,
Aaron Rodgers.
Let me get this one. Excuse my language, but this shit makes no sense. Okay, where was Mike McCarthy before?
Dallas.
Where was he before that?
Green Bay.
Who got Mike McCarthy fired from Green Bay?
Aaron Rodgers.
Why would you hire the coach that your quarterback got fired in his previous job because of his play calling. And expect that we don't know. Aaron Rodgers is nutty as squirrel crap. But why would you expect your quarterback to stay? This man is the bastion of coaching ineptitude. He is a microcosm. I will never forget the play where he called at the end of the game in the playoffs when he was in Dallas, where you had Ezekiel Elliott playing center. This is Mike McCarthy. Let's go back another year when Mike McCarthy called a quarterback draw with 11 seconds left in the game. Thank you, Mike McCarthy, by the way. But when they hired Mike McCarthy in Pittsburgh, there was a collective groan from all of the Steelers fans who know football. They're like, we are going to suck so bad. There was a collective applause from Baltimore, Cincinnati, and even Cleveland fans. It don't make no sense. Oh, well, he's from Pittsburgh. I'm from Houston. That don't mean I need to be a damn astronaut. The hell? When we sit up here and we talk about how great of a franchise and how great of an organization the Pittsburgh Steelers are. They are doing the most anti-Steelerish stuff that they have done I've ever seen them do in my lifetime anyway. I'm like, that is so un-Steelerish. It is so incredibly un-Steelerish.
And by the way, Aaron Rodgers has yet to make his mind up if he's going
to play. Yet to tell you whether or not he's coming back. So what is your plan, Pittsburgh? If Aaron Rodgers today says, you know what, I forgot I did get this guy fired because I hated his play calling. Yeah, I'm not coming back. What is your plan at quarterback, Pittsburgh?
Hold on. Time out. Let's find out what your plan is, okay? Because it's not looking good right now, Pittsburgh. It is not looking good.
I don't get it. What are we trying to do here?
These are your current quarterbacks on the roster: Mason Rudolph and Will Howard. Okay. Now let me tell you something about these two guys right here, man. They are
trash.
I can't even dance to that because I just feel sorry for that organization because I'm not a Steelers fan.
And trust me, I've never seen anything like this either. Okay?
I am not a Steelers fan.
I'm not either.
But I've always had respect for the organization. I've always had respect for the organization.
Yes.
Until now. I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't understand. I don't understand. And that was a great question, Kevin. That was great. Keep them coming, Kevin, because that was a great one. It's like, hey man, what? Hey,
he's from Pittsburgh. Okay, guess what? I'm from the DMV. Don't mean I should be a politician.
Man, listen.
Don't mean I should be a part of a go-go band.
Man, I that don't mean I should be part of the screwed up clique just because I'm from Houston.
Now I'll listen to some go-go, but
he done came down messing up your team. About to have you sitting at home, like, nah, man, it's like it's Mike McCarthy. But all of these coaching candidates that was out there, you went and got Mike McCarthy. Come on, bro. Come on.
Oh, all right, Eric. Speaking of coaching, man, should I really go down this rabbit hole?
Where we going?
Should I really go down this rabbit hole? Because I got a question for you.
I'll be the Mad Hatter if it's a good enough reason.
Now, outside of Robert Saleh, and even with offensive coordinators, and there was only 2 black defensive coordinators hired in this cycle. what is going on with these hirings, man? Why are we not hiring? I mean, granted, the Rooney Rule was created by the Rooney family, I think back in 2023.
And again, from Pittsburgh, one of the
Yeah.
reasons why I respect the organization, I respect the Rooneys, but I got to call a spade a spade. But not to get off.
Started 2003. And now, but also recently, in the last few years, they have made a requirement where you interview more than one minority candidate. And for coordinator jobs, you have to interview, I think, one minority candidate. But man, we're not hiring minorities.
No.
Even though minorities have shown that if you give us time to build a team, we can get you to the Super Bowl. But when they do hire these minorities, they have 1 to 2 years
That's it.
to get you to the Super Bowl. Not win 10 games, not win 12 games, not win 15 games, not get you to the division round somewhere you haven't been since the year I was born. Okay. They are not hiring us. What is going on, man?
Well, it has a lot to do with the climate of the country. And you get into a heavy topic right now. And I could pontificate for a long time about that, but I don't want to rub people the wrong way because this goes into a lot of political arenas when we start talking about this.
Yeah, I guess
because money makes money move a certain type of way, and when money gets in certain echelons of power, they make other people move a certain type of way. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Well, we got some more questions here.
Okay.
Next AFC train wreck team is Cleveland setting themselves as by letting Schwartz walk and naming Shedeur Sanders as quarterback one. Now, I don't have any problem with them naming Shedeur Sanders as quarterback one.
Thank you. Say that. Go ahead.
However, they need to add some players around. Matter of fact, if I even look at the roster, because I don't think they've really done much this offseason to help out the young man. Okay.
No, they haven't.
They haven't.
And I'm assuming
no running backs.
I'm assuming that they're gonna quote unquote build through the draft. That's the only
they got to. They got to.
Because they haven't made a lot of moves. Now, to be fair, because we just got to talking about rebuilds. To be fair. The thing is, if you're a team like the Browns, it's better to build through the draft.
Yes.
Your team, if you're gonna build around
Shedeur.
If you're gonna build around Shedeur, go ahead and build and go young.
And I agree because I mean he was just drafted last year.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
and go young. Even if he's not your guy, your quarterback is still going to be a young guy.
Build,
and you need to build around your young.
Let the young nucleus grow with him, and see what you get out of it.
Yeah. So, I can understand why they're not doing a whole lot of moving around in free agency. I'm not going to knock that per se, but there needs to be some significant furniture movement during the NFL draft. There needs to be, because I don't. You're not. Are you content to be where you at? Okay. So they brought in Titus Howard, Elgton Jenkins, those are linemen. They brought in Quincy Williams from the Jets. That's a great pickup, linebacker.
Yes, it is.
Brought in another lineman, Zion Johnson, Tevin. They brought in offensive linemen,
which is good.
And but then the rest of these moves are kind of pedestrian when you look at them. None of these moves say, "Yeah, let's move the needle." It's really not that impressive. They're you know, you say the Jags just a guy. They got a bunch of guys on the team that you know, they're gonna help fill the roster out. Everything that they've done in the offseason, that the Browns have done in the offseason, says to me, it screams, we're gonna build in the draft.
Yeah.
That because it just that they hadn't made one big splash other than those couple of linemen, which that's not a bad idea. Keep your quarterback upright, keep him healthy. But there's nothing in there that says, "Hey, we making a move right now." There's nothing.
Exactly.
That's saying, which is fine because guess what? We just got to be talking about rebuilding.
Also, they should. They're going to miss Jim Schwartz, and I wonder how much of a step back that defense is going to take.
The defense is not going. I tell you what, it's not going to be what it was.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, because that defense kept them afloat in a lot of games. Their record, dare I say it, their record would not be what it was some of these seasons. If it were for, excuse me, I'm sorry. If it wasn't for the defense, if it was not for the defense,
yeah, because they 5-12, and so that without that, yeah, that's probably a 2-win team, maybe a 1-win team.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, yeah, you probably say, well, they well under 500, but how far under 500 would they be without that defense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Why should Kyler Murray go play baseball? This is real easy.
He sucks. He sucks as a quarterback, chick.
Well, and my thing with Kyler Murray too is when they gave him the contract extension. I'm always going to bring this up. When they said that you need to put down your video game and study your playbook, you're not a quarterback. Go play baseball.
If somebody has to tell you, listen to me now. If somebody has to tell you that you need to go study your playbook, if someone has to put a clause in your contract,
especially quarterback position, like out of all football positions, that's the one position we should not have to do this to.
Come on.
I mean, now I'm not saying that running back should be excluded or wide receiver. No, but the quarterback position, this should not be a problem.
You are the top spot kid. You're no receiver. You're no receiver or a running back or even Julian. You're a quarterback. It's a top spot kid. That any given Sunday.
Yeah, and also think about the quarterbacks in the past. Think of your John Elways, your Joe Montanas, your Steve Youngs, your Tom Brady's, your Peyton
Mannings.
They didn't. Even Eli Manning, they didn't go through this.
We literally witnessed Peyton Manning's head get bigger as his career went on. Not figuratively, but literally. He changed helmet size because he absorbed so much football knowledge.
Yes.
That you could literally project a movie on his forehead. That's a quarterback. That's the kind of quarterback I want playing for me because he's cerebral. Kyler Murray lacks the dedication to be that cerebral.
Thank you.
And that's why he should go play baseball because you're not dedicated to learning your playbook and you're supposed to be leading this team. You got a C on your chest.
And let me be honest with you too. To be a pitcher, you got to be somewhat cerebral too because you got to know what the batter can't is bad at swinging at. What kind of pitcher is he bad at swinging? Whether it's a changeup or a slider or whatever. So he may not even be a pitcher for real. Oh well, just I don't know. Go do something else.
He's a shortstop. Well, that was low hanging fruit. I had to take it. I'm sorry. You can't. Yeah, I had to take that.
Hold on. Who will be the 7 quarterbacks in the Browns training camp this year? Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, me, Eric, Steve, Tristan, and Jesus.
And then my next door neighbor. Yeah. He's a Vietnam vet. But yeah.
There you go. Those are your 7 quarterbacks.
That's pretty good, Wes. That's pretty good. Because it's probably gonna be my 7 of them in camp, and they're gonna keep 4 on the roster or something crazy like that.
You know what? I might ask one of my colleagues if they want to go play quarterback when I get back to work next week.
Yeah, where you want me to play? Cleveland? Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Hey, listen though. Hey, listen. What's the NFL minimum now? Shoot, you might want to take that money and just play quarterback.
Listen, if I could get on somebody practice squad right now,
man, what?
Listen. All right, we got any more questions?
Hold on, Cleveland. Let's see. Well, the Colts.
Will the Colts nosedive carry into this season?
That's a good question because that team took a nosedive. One of the reasons is because they lost Daniel Jones,
which is hard to believe that you actually vocalize that and it's true.
I know, but as a Cowboys fan, I never believed in Daniel Jones to begin with. I think Daniel Jones is a better quarterback when his run game is strong. When he's with the Giants, when Saquon Barkley was running the ball, he looked better. This year with the Colts, Jonathan Taylor running the ball as well as he did, he looked better. Okay. They've lost Michael Pittman. They are expecting Alex Pierce to be this number 1 receiver. Now, I don't know if I see it. We'll see what happens. But I think that team is limited anyway. And I think, and honestly, before the season started, I thought the coach and the GM would have been gone. Now, they've been saved because of their record. But if this nosedive continues, I can see both of them being out because they have a new owner who's hands-on, but not Jerry Jones hands-on. She, because it's a female. The 3 daughters own the team, but she is owners. This one, Carly Ursay, whatever her hyphenated last name is. She is the principal owner of the team. Whereas the other 2, they owners, but they have like other roles. But anyway, she is hands-on because she wants to see like what the coaches see during game day, and she's trying to get a feel for certain things. And again, stuff looked good in the beginning, but it wasn't maintained throughout the season. So I think if the nosedive continues, I think she will let both of them go and start over next year.
Well, you retain the services of Alec Pierce, which is the best receiver on the team. You got Daniel Jones. We're gonna see what he does in year 2 with the Colts. But you gotta look at what's around you. You have a Houston Texans team that's not going away, even though God, his quarterback slips my mind just that fast.
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Even though CJ Stroud didn't have a great season, he's got a great roster around him and an incredible defense. So you got that. Then you got an improving Tennessee team. It's going to be improving under the tutelage of
Robert Saleh, head coach.
Duval, some question mark, but you still got 2 other teams in your division that's going to give you hell. So we just going to have to sit back and watch, like Miss Sealy say on The Color Purple. I just sit back and see what color the wall be next. So but it's going to be an uphill. This is not like you in some weak division, Colts. You still got 2 strong teams. Yes, I understand Tennessee did not make the playoffs, but they could be a playoff team with another year of experience with Cam Ward and with a better defense. So they could get in there. So they could get in over y'all, Colts. So we'll have to see. We got to see what this draft is going to do and so on and so forth. Jets, Raiders, Browns, Dolphins, Titans. Who is really playing for number 1 overall? Oh, that's a good question.
I don't think Tennessee is.
Definitely not Tennessee.
That's tough.
Yeah, but after that, it's tough. I'm gonna go ahead. We don't know what Mendoza's gonna be. At this particular time, the Jets do not have a viable starting quarterback. They got a starting quarterback. They don't have a viable starting quarterback. So it could be between the Jets and the Raiders.
It could be the Browns too, because the Browns, like I said, defense going to take a step back. That was a 5-win team last year. Jim Schwartzer's gone. We don't know what they're going to
put. Mike McCarthy is coaching the Steelers, though.
That is true. But also Miami has gutted their roster.
They've gutted their roster. This is true.
So now I will say this about the Jets, and I know they don't have a viable quarterback. I like their roster currently more than Miami's.
Well, let's look at the coaches. You got Robert Saleh, you got Aaron Glenn, you got Clint Kubiak. You have who's coaching the Browns? I forgot.
Oh, Tom Monken.
Tom Monken. He would be a question mark.
And then the Dolphins' new head coach was the Packers' defensive coordinator last year, Jeff Hartley, I think is his name.
Yeah, Jeff Hartley. So those guys are the two question marks. You have to look at coaching, you got to look at roster, and you got to look at quarterback play. Those are the three things that's going to determine it.
Golly.
Those are the three things that's going to determine it. Yeah.
But I really don't think it's going to be Tennessee.
I don't think it will either.
I don't think it's going to be the Jets either.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to Raiders, Browns, Dolphins. Yeah.
That was a good question. Thanks, Brick.
Yeah.
We got anything else?
Let's see. The greatest game Thursday was okay. Who would have been quarterback MVP last season? Which non-quarterback look for? Oh, okay. Who would have been non-quarterback MVP last season, and which non-quarterback are you looking at this year?
Well, we know MVP as much as we don't like it. MVP is a quarterback. They're gonna give it to a quarterback every year. Honestly, they're gonna do that. But for me, it's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
2,000 yards from scrimmage, 413 touches. Pretty much put the Niners offense on his back because everybody else was hurt.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, there's not another running back that's doing what Christian McCaffrey's doing.
And stayed healthy that whole time. That's what was nuts.
Definitely there's not a tight end out there that's worth it. And usually tight ends don't even worth it anyway. Receivers. I like Justin Jefferson, but he don't have a quarterback. His quarterbacks are shorty. Look like first round bust and already established first round bust. Mm-hmm. So, and the one who's already established first round bust. When I went to Arlington to watch him play against when I saw him playing for Washington against Dallas, and Trisha can tell you next time he's on the show, I said that guy is an arm punter. Carson Wentz is an arm punter. He just throws the football up in the air and punts it to the other team. Not kick it, punts it. That's what he does. So I can't give it to Justin Jefferson. Jamar Chase, love the guy, has a good quarterback. Quarterback gets hit more than Oklahoma with tornadoes. So there you go. I can't give it to a receiver. No other running back besides Christian McCaffrey. So if I look for somebody again this year, McCaffrey probably at the top of my list.
Yeah, if he stays healthy.
The only other running backs I can even give any thought to, maybe Etienne in New Orleans, maybe Robinson in Atlanta, maybe Genty with the Raiders. We'll see, but that's about it. UFL needs quarterbacks right now, Pando. So does the NFL. Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. Don't even just say UFL. We are in. I don't think people even understand how bad it is. And some of these NFL quarterbacks are overrated. I'm gonna just go out there and say that right now.
Mm-hmm.
We are in an NFL quarterback recession right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's barely a handful of legitimate quarterbacks in the NFL right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have Brock Purdy, who I think is very good. Mahomes is good. We'll see what happens to that team this year.
Lamar Jackson, Josh
Lamar
Allen,
Jackson, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Josh Allen is good, but I think Josh Allen is only good because of his running ability and because he's physically like larger than a lot of people. But I think eventually he's going to end up wearing down. But I think outside of that, we had a quarterback recession. You got one quarterback with the Chargers. And we said this a couple weeks ago, if you don't work under Mike McDaniel, I can't vouch. I can't vouch for you anymore. Okay,
you are not.
I cannot vouch for you anymore.
If Mike McDaniel can't do anything with you, man, that's why Trey Lance resigned with the Chargers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, because Mike McDaniel was his first offensive coordinator in the NFL when he first was unwisely drafted by San Francisco.
So,
we had a quarterback deficit, no question. We are at a quarterback deficit.
Yes. So, you said the UFL need quarterback, so does the NFL. Okay. We don't have any more questions. Anything else you want to get into, or
no? It was viewers' choice. It was all about the viewers. We want to thank everybody who tuned in and posted your questions, comments. That really kept the show going. We may do another one of these down the line, because there's always a period in the off season where there's nothing really happening, and we still like to talk football. So be on the lookout for those, and make sure you got your questions ready. We'll try to publicize it, several days out. So it's like, okay, let me tune in to Just a Fan. I got about 6-7 questions on my tablet right here, and we'll field those questions. But thank you for those who tuned in tonight. Thank you for those who submitted your questions and engaged with us tonight. The engagement helps the algorithm. We really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you have not done so, and also tell a friend. Get them to subscribe. If you know somebody who loves NFL football as much as we do, hey, get them in there. I'm gonna tell you right now, you gonna see me and Brandon almost all the time because we love nothing but football. Like NBA going on, okay, and hockey
March Madness going on right now.
March Madness, okay, that's cute. They won. All right, that's nice. But you start talking about, hey, such and such want this on this contract for such and such thing. That's what we're gonna be talking about. The draft coming up, 30 days out.
We're now 23.
Yeah, God dog, man, time goes by fast. But and we'll be covering. I'm surprised no one asked draft questions. That was crazy. But we'll be covering the draft pretty soon because there are some prospects that all of the talking heads on TV absolutely love, and they just, oh my God, he's so wonderful, and we're looking at them like he's gonna be average, or at worst he's gonna suck. Then there's some guys that nobody's talking about that we're looking at, and we're like, this guy can play in the right system. He's gonna be a star. We've been watching film constantly. We had pages and pages of handwritten notes on our particular position groups that we study, and we're going to be covering the draft really soon. We're going to have the week before the draft. We'll be having our show called the Mock 1 Point Only, where we will share our mock simulator, draft simulator on the screen with you guys, and we're going to tell you who we think that these teams should take. Not necessarily who they're going to take, but who we think they should take. And it could go and we'll always compare those notes when we do our live draft watch party. Yes, the night of the first round, we will do a show where we will watch the draft live and we will comment on each pick. And you get to watch Brandon mute my mic because I'm gonna probably be cussing because John Lynch picked somebody I didn't like.
All right. So honestly, we have next week and the 13th before we do our mock draft 1 only. So mark your calendars right now. April 20th, 9:20 p.m. Eastern, 8:20 Central. We will be live and we will do our mock draft 1 only. April 20th. Put that down on your calendar now, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, because we do have. Hey, also, ladies love football. Okay, we've had female. They used to comment on our shows and stuff, and they had some good stuff. Okay, if anybody know any ladies that love football, show this to them as well, because okay.
We don't discriminate. We've also had female guests on our show.
Yes.
Who are very knowledgeable.
Yes.
Know that stuff, and we're gonna get into that too soon. Right before preseason, we'll have an 8-week series where we'll be doing our division by division breakdown. And if you'd like to be a guest representing your team, then let us know and we'll contact you, we'll vet you, and if we like you, you will get to be a guest on Just a Fan Podcast.
Yep. Also, so April 23rd is draft night. We will be live that night at kickoff of draft, which is 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, okay? Wes, thank you so very much. Casey, thank you. Eric James, it's all good, man. We'll catch you next time. It's all good. Brick, thank you. Please do. If she loves football and she can and she can bring it like the guys do, tell her to bring it, okay?
Absolutely. That's because right. What happens is if you bring enough ladies on the show to watch the show, more ladies also join the show as well. Because we don't discriminate. We just like football fans, regardless of whether you're a male or a female. We don't care. If you know your stuff, we respect you.
Yeah, we had a Packers fan, female, who used to be on, comment on our show a lot. We've had a female Panthers fan be a guest on our show. We've had a female Dallas Cowboy fan be on the show. Okay, so please let the ladies know that love football. Or hey, if they want to learn about football, so that way they can talk football. Hey, you can join the show too. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you are a beginner or you are advanced in football. We are fans. Y'all are fans as well. We accept everybody. Doesn't matter. Okay? Let's close this out. Coach Williams, NFL Encyclopedia, Wildcat Quarterbacks and Runs the Show, future Hall of Famer. Yep. That direction, panel 316, the good guy with the black hat.
That's fine, man. That's fine.
Hey, we'll make it work, okay?
Yeah, we can help you out, help educate her on the game, because this is what we do, man. So it's awesome to have us subscribe, man, and bring on in.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I just want to let people know that the Green Bay Packers were asked about Trayvon Diggs, and the guy said he'll never close the door on the guy. But you know what I say?
Trash.
Good night, everybody.